Never make assumptions about people with disabilities. Number one, um, let them talk to you. If they have a question about something, let them answer. Don't answer for them. And number two, never talk down to people with disabilities. We are just like anyone else. Number three, don't help them unless they ask for help. Don't assume that they need help. If we need help, we can ask for it, and and like let people with disabilities try it independently by themselves first before you approach them and offer help. And number four, never talk close to a person's face with a disability. We can hear perfectly fine. We can talk perfectly fine. Now, I should say other people have like speech impediments and all that stuff, but they use technology that they can speak for themselves. So, like people with disabilities are capable of doing things on their own. Like for an example, depending on your level of your disability or like your diagnosis, I have many friends with cerebral palsy that have crutches, that have walkers, and they're able to like dress themselves, like do their personal care by themselves, and do a lot of things independently. And if you just automatically offer, I know you mean well and we appreciate your help, but let them do it independently first unless they ask for your help. And number five, talk to people with disabilities at an eye level, like just like anyone else would. We're no different than anyone else. Number six, people with disabilities play sports. They do soccer, hockey, swimming, skiing, water skiing, horseback riding, all the things. So we can play sports, but our sports might just be adaptive. And that's okay, but the big thing that matters is we are allowed to participate in sports, and we will. Like, if we enjoy playing soccer, we will play soccer. If we enjoy swimming, we will swim. If we enjoy playing hockey, we'll play hockey. If you enjoy playing tennis, you'll play tennis. It's just like adaptive. more to like our disability, and but like I said, we're no different than anyone else. Like um we can speak for ourselves, we can we can hang out with our friends, we can go places with our friends. My friends drive my van all the time, and we go places all the time. And people people work. People with disabilities work. People go to school. People like volunteer at church or for different organizations. People with disabilities have different organizations that they help out with. Like for an example, I have a organization called Rainbow's End, and it's for people with physical disabilities, and we offer a swim team, we have a taekwondo team, we have a baseball team, we have a ballet team for little girls, we have like a bicycle camp for people with disabilities. So we have a lot of adaptive activities in our organization, and because people with disabilities should be allowed to participate in different activities, different sports activities. We are no different than anyone else. I played soccer for, I think it was like 2-3 years, and then I did taekwondo for, I think it was like 4 years, and then I did swim team ever since I was like 5. So I've been involved in a lot of things. I yeah. So, and people with disabilities, no matter what your disability is, people can go to college. They can get their degrees if they want to. For me personally, I never went to college because math was very, very hard for me, and still is very, very hard for me to this day. I'm 31 years old, and it's still hard for me, but that's okay. I work with kids, I work with students in the school year, and then in the summer I volunteer a lot at my church and do a lot of volunteering for them. So I'm very active in my church and with my job in the fall. So yeah, people with disabilities are no different than anyone else. Like we may be limited on what we can do, but your like employer and your team that you work with, they are extremely flexible, and they like learn to adapt in my job. And what am I capable of doing? Like, I'm capable of talking on the radio, responding to my boss, responding to my coworkers. I have a little button on my wheelchair that connects to my radio, and I'm able to communicate with my bosses and my coworkers, which makes work a lot easier for me and my coworkers. And when I volunteer at church, like everybody is so um, very open to how can we make this work for you, and I'm able to tell them what I need and what I want to make um, answering phones better for me, or handing me a sheet of paper that I can't reach, but I'm not afraid to speak up for myself. But I do not like it when people speak for me. It really bothers me. Um, it especially really bothers me when I'm at the store with my mom or my friends or whoever, and the individual like asks if I can talk to like one of my friends, and I just speak up for myself and like make conversation with that individual, like how are you, how's your day, and how are you doing today, and they're just like shocked that I can talk and speak for myself. But yeah, people with disabilities, no matter what kind of disability you might have, we should never be talked down to, if that makes sense, because that really bothers me. And like, we are very, very smart. We work hard. We do anything we can to help others and make a difference in people's lives. So yeah, never make like assumptions like because people are disabled, like we can't talk or like hear or whatnot. Like we whether the individual can't talk or anything like that, they have like communication boards that they use and push buttons to communicate. So they have different ways. If they're nonverbal, they can use communication boards to speak for themselves and talk to people. We're no different than anyone else. And I want to spread that message because I don't think it really gets clear to people. It's sad to say. And I feel like people think if they go up to someone with a disability, they automatically think that they're going to offend us in some way. And that's not true. Like, we as like a community and a society, we can speak for ourselves and talk just like anyone else would. Like I said, maybe we have different limitations, but nothing stops us from working at our job or going to school or volunteering or um, like helping with our organizations, um, doing helping with sports like swim team, taekwondo, baseball, stuff like that, or a bicycle camp so we could teach people with disabilities how to ride a bike. And by the end of the week, it's like a full long camp in July. It's called losing your training wheels, and they start with training wheels, and by the end of the week, every day they learn how to ride a bike without training wheels, and they do it on like a ice rink at what's it called? I went wheelchair ice skating there. Pre- uh, Perry, per, per, Perry Park or something like that. It's a week-long camp where volunteers come and help teach people with disabilities how to ride a bike on two wheels. It's pretty cool. I've seen it before. And it's organized by my organization called Rainbow's End. And our organization stands for Enabled Not Disabled. So yeah, that's part of one of our programs that we do every summer. Usually it happens in July. But yeah, so people with disabilities, no matter what your disability is, whether you have a physical disability, whether you have a spinal cord injury, whether you have muscular dystrophy, MS, or like, I don't know, like any type of disability, never let your limitations stop you from doing anything. Like, stay active, stay involved in organizations, volunteer at your church. Like, if you have the desire to go to school, go to school. Like, get your like master's or whatever. Now that's not one of my goals of mine because, like I said, math is very, very hard for me. But yeah, so just never make assumptions about people with disabilities, because people with disabilities have their own story and their own message that they want to spread throughout the world and throughout their life, and everyone's story is different. So yeah, so that's all I have for you today, and have a good night. If you like this video, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notifications bell so you can stay up to date with more content. Alright, bye guys.